Hello everybody, Manithral here, and welcome to the weekly update video for RS3. Now this week we have the player interface sharing, which kind of cool. So now you can actually share it with your friends, or if you want to copy it from your favorite streamer, YouTuber, whatever, whoever wants to share. So here's how you pretty much do this. You go into you hit escape or whatever to get into your options menu. For me, it's usually escape, but everybody has their own setups. So after you get into that, you go into edit layout mode. From there, you'll find this here option, but you can also load a layout, and here it says load from a player. So with today's option, load from a player will appear. You will enter the name of the player whose UI you want to look at. So if somebody has it saved, for example, Hunter3 is the example they have here, they can actually load up that player's UI. And then bam, you'll have the same UI as your friend, your streamer, or however you want to do it. It's actually fairly simple when you think about it. But click into the UI you want to preview, so you can preview it. Make any changes to fit any kind of needs. So if you like a certain thing, but you want to tweak it a little bit, you're able to do so. If you want to go a step further to help a fellow players, hit the cog button beside the name load box to bring up the interface sharing options. So you can actually disable this if you really don't want to actually have your stuff shared. But keep in mind, once it's shared, anybody can really get their hands on it. It doesn't impact you at all, but it does potentially help some people who are looking for different types of loadouts. The resolution is very important, as not everybody is playing on the same size of screen, so keep this in mind when checking out different UIs. So it'll actually tell you, for example, the bossing 1920 by 1080. I know me personally, 2560 by 1440, so everybody's a little bit different with that. But you can actually check out different preset options too. As you can see here, there's layout different preset options for different types of activities. But the player interface, so if you know somebody who has a UI that you really want, you can obviously, just go through it, and they actually give you UIs here of different streamers if this is something that you like. And here's actually one already of AIIY. I'm not sure exactly how you spell their name, but that's how I said it. But there's actually quite a few different ones here, so you can go ahead and check that out just within this news post alone, unless you have somebody particular in mind. Now, February 4th, there is a scheduled maintenance which begins at 1900 UTC. This will be 1 PST and 4 EST, and the game will be down for about at least an hour and a half. So keep in mind, it's only an approximate. I usually like to say err on the side of caution and expect even longer. Now we'll head into the patch notes, which is general. Updated the sounds when catching implings. Readjusted the ground north of the Navite and Crotronium ore veins locations to remove any seams in the ground. The following items can now be stored inside the group storage: Anachronia Codex pages, Bucket of Slime, Harmonic Dust, Spicy Stew and All Colored Spices, Erithra's Grimoire, Imcandomatic, Royal Crossbow, Cave Nightshade, Torn Blueprint Fragments, House Workshop. It is now possible to use a bowl of milk, honey, and guam on a basket or Baby Sarah during the Meeting History quest. Group Ironman players will no longer receive a message stating that they've made progress towards the Halloween collection log when they receive a Dragor weapon from the Calvite King. The Mazcap Ability Codex now displays the unlock requirements for each option. Text will no longer turn truncated when building furniture inside the player-owned house. The Circus Teleport to Lodestone option will now teleport players to Fort 4 and 3 whenever the circus takes place at King's Road. Resolved a typo in the quest journal entry for Once Upon a Time in Gillinor Fortunes. Updated mutated zygomites to allow regression potions to work as expected. Fixed an additional bug with the mutated zygomites melee attack that caused it to always deal 1 damage. Updated the mutated zygomite stats in line with their combat level, giving them a slightly more damage and increased health, so players in level appropriate gear are less likely to one-shot them. The Shade Robe items have been renamed, as both the top and the bottom shared the same name. The Examine option on the top has also been changed. Amended a non-immersive line of text when talking to Del North. Players can no longer enter the Uglog pool while beginning a duel with another player. Minor update to ensure players receive a life point bonus after burning 5 logs of the same type. Imperial coronational gauntlets are now displayed correctly. Players will now receive XP when saving a log at the portable brazier or the Profundus bonfire. Equipping the bubble blower when the prison uniform top is worn will no longer cause the hand of a female player's characters to stick through their head. Players will now always receive a chat message when the dark facet of luck doubles a clue casket upon completion of the treasure trail. Made some adjustments to check the price interfaces of various NPCs in the Grand Exchange to fix instances of text overlapping. Added a failure message when the player attempts to withdraw materials from the smithing interface with the full backpack. Harvesting multiple crops while using a patch bomb or farming skill cape now awards the correct amount of reputation at the player-owned farm. Graphical fixed an issue that caused the Oathbreaker outfit override to stretch when used the female character model. Fixed clipping of the capes of the vampiric costless override. The glowing visual effects for the Harmony, Corruption, and Salvation aura is now applied correctly over the male player model eyes. Birthday Rot Citizen Callan's resting animation is no longer broken. Fixed the chat head of Dr. Gahern. Dark Wizard Elijah no longer clips through the rocks in the cutscene during the What's Mine Is Yours quest. Remove particle effects from the Blood-Dyed Noxus Staff and the Scythe and Staff of Sliske when sheathed, for consistency with other sheathed weapons. Treasure Hunter calendar starting on February 6th and ending the 10th is the Terror Trove. So you get the cash prizes up to 100 million. Discover the Genie, Smoldering, and Phoenix Lamp cards to claim a selection of lamps, including the Phoenix Lamps, Smoldering, Hydra, and Lava Lanterns. Then we head into the Community Showcase. Up front we have Cranon's Severance. So randomness seances? Decided the ambassador needed a sword. Looking at these intimidating blades, they kind of agree. And then from Susie L, we got kind of like a chibi art, I want to say, about necromancy and their character. Pretty cool looking. RuneTube. First we have a Strider RS3 new to final boss, their PVM journey number 1. And we have skipper screenshots. Up first we have Kawik and the gang enjoying the Lumbridge crater just before we head into spring too. And then How to Train Your Dragon by Amelia Wings. Pretty cool. Then we have the Pink Skirt player events. Up first we have Penguin Hunt Sunday, February 9th at 19:15 game time. Who is the RS Discord mentors? Arden and Sue, World 60. FC is a help. Next Angel of Death Sunday, February 9th at 1900 game time. Grateful and Nexiodamus, God Wars Dungeon, Ancient Prison, World 46, FC Nexiodamus. Rex Matriarch, which will be tomorrow, Tuesday the 4th at 1700 game time. Mercy and Helpscape. Rex Matriarch Lobby, World 35, FC is Helpscape. Don't forget though, there is a lot more that takes place at the Pink Skirt player events. But there's also a community spotlight, which is the Boss School, which they do have. They teach PVM teaching community. Their objective is to help people enjoy RuneScape experience by aiding them in the bossing aspects of the game. They do have a Discord, which they have a permalink even on here on the main page, which is discord.gg/88RU2VD. They also have an following events going on, and the FC is Boss School. If you're not sure how to get a hold of a link, just look for the FC Boss School, and I'm sure they'll be able to help you out even further. But they do have some events going on. February 5th at 1900, learner-friendly raids. 7th, it's 2200, learner-friendly raids. And the 9th at 2200 GT, learner-friendly raids. So, quite a bit going on that week. And then there's also the Untold Story Community event, which is a RuneScape server, Discord server event. So do check that out if you're interested. But that is it this week, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, later, guys.